Hello students, welcome to another session with me, Abhishek Anand. Uh, this class will be on logical reasoning, practice questions, something that I have already discussed with you. Yeah, welcome to the India's largest learning platform, online learning platform, Unacademy. I'm Abhishek Anand. I did my graduation from Sri Ram College of Commerce and then I did my MBA from IIM Bangalore. I worked with a multinational organization for 5-6 years before I decided to take the plunge and follow my passion, which is to get into education. And it's been more than a decade now that I am in this industry, and I love interacting with you guys. I've personally mentored over 500 students to top IIMs, and I relive my memories through you guys. Recently, I co-authored a book by the title "Acing WATs, GDs, Interviews for IIMs," and yeah, this is one category. This is one segment which is ignored by the students. So normally you prepare for 1 year, 2 year for your CAT, but only for let's say 15-20 days. So I thought I'd do some work in this, and this is really appreciated by the student community. So yeah, Unacademy. I joined Unacademy because I love the platform that they've created, the technology that they are integrating with the platform, and the way they are empowering the educators to deliver content to you in an effective manner. As a student, you should take care of two things whenever you join any place for mentorship, which is who is the mentor or the mentors, and how are they delivering the content. Now, Unacademy for me will score 10 on 10 on this because they are able to mobilize the finest talent of the country in terms of teachers, and then they have empowered the teachers to use technology to deliver the content effectively. The advantages of Unacademy would be you get daily live classes, so which gets the ball rolling. It's a discipline. If you see there's a class which is there on a daily basis, it tends to get momentum in your studies. So daily live classes, then you have live tests and quizzes, you have structured courses, right, and unlimited access not just to the content which is here on Unacademy, but to any and all the educators. So anybody who is teaching on Unacademy, you will have access to that educator, right? So as I said, all the educators, you can go through the profile of the educators by downloading the app. We conduct live classes, so on an average, I think I'm conducting classes live daily on a daily basis. So it's on YouTube, then it's on the app of Unacademy in the form of special classes, and yeah, so you can try that. And the other advantages of Unacademy would be a schedule that works for you. So you might be a student, a working professional, different time constraints, different requirements, different, let's say, timetable for studies, right? So at Unacademy, there are so many classes, so many teachers on board that it will definitely suit your schedule. There is no language barrier. If you are not comfortable with a particular language, explore the platform, explore the app. You will see a teacher taking class in a language that you are comfortable with, and again, there is no locational constraint. You can learn anytime, anywhere. All you need is a good internet connectivity. uh, it gives you, as I said, it empowers teachers. How does it empower us? It has given us a platform where we can engage the students. So this is a YouTube live class that you're attending today. So here, the way you can interact with me is on the chat box. You may leave comments, but if you go to the platform of Unacademy, you will love it, because there are multiple things that you can do as an educator and multiple things that you can enjoy or use as a learner. You can get your doubts clear real time, and we conduct live polls. So in my physical classes, I used to do this. I used to, whenever I solve a question, I ask my students, okay, who will mark what? So that will give me understanding, which question is tougher, because majority of people are getting it wrong, and second, it also gives me an understanding in where do people get trapped. So with this kind of a poll here, it gives me that what I was already doing. In the physical sense, I used to count manually. Now let's say in 30 seconds, I know what are you guys marking. Yeah. Live tests and quizzes. We have live tests and quizzes. We have detailed reports and analysis. Now for an exam like CAT, you need to write minimum number of let's say mock tests. You have to write mock tests to clear an exam like CAT. So Unacademy has its own test series, and you come up with detailed reports and analysis. So that really helps. So you should write mock tests. That would definitely help you. And as I said, learning material is available too in the form of PDFs and other things. So common question, sir, how much time should I give to my CAT preparation? From an academician point of view and a person who has been in this industry for over a decade now, I would say this with authority that at least 1 year of preparation There are people who clear exams after preparing for 2 months or 3 months, but these are exceptions, not the norms, right? Please understand your competition any year is other than the people who are writing for the first time. Your main competition is people who are writing it for the second time, retakers, maybe third time, right? So in the first attempt, they would have cleared fresh IIMs, but they opt out of it because they want to give IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta another shot. So this is my competition, people who are already at a 98 percentile, and I'm starting now. So for me, it's a 1 year of preparation that you should definitely give in. And yeah, and otherwise also financially also look at the pricing. It makes more sense to go for a longer version of the product. So let's say if you go for a 1 month product, you end up paying 3150, whereas the difference between 12 months and 24 months is hardly 3500. So if I were you, I would go for minimum 1 year program, which is 15,750. And when you do that, please subscribe using my code, which is Anand11, ANAND 11. This is my code. You can connect with you can purchase a subscription using this code. This is a validation of what I'm doing here is being appreciated by you. All right. So with that, let's start with the class today. Uh, as you all would know by now, I make you solve the question and then I solve it with you so that the learning is more active. So this is a question. It's a simple question, but it came in CAT. So give it a shot. Try to solve the answer. Give the answer for question number one. Yeah, 5 minutes. I give you 5 minutes to solve this question. Logical reasoning questions, as you would have realized by now, is all about how do you organize information. 3 more minutes. It's a simple question. So on YouTube, I prefer solving a simple question, guys. I take the level up on the special class which I conduct on Unacademy's platform, right? So here it is basic level of question. In the special class on the Unacademy app, same topic, I take it to a different level. The difficulty level increases there. Yeah. So if you think that the level here is quite easy for your taste, please download the app and come to the special class. The special classes are free of cost, and try the questions there. I'll solve the past year question which have come in the exam. Okay, 1 more minute and then I start solving the question with you. Okay, so let's start solving the question, guys. Okay, so these are the questions. So basically, if I were to organize the information, I have to figure out the order in which the family came for the what is this? This is a marriage ceremony, right? So I have to figure out the order in which the families came, attended the marriage ceremony. Then have to figure out the couple and how many kids do they have. This is what I have to figure out, right? So, so this is how I put the information here. Okay. So which one do I use? If you would have gone through my earlier classes also, I have told you that try to pick the person or the data point about which you have maximum information. So here, if I look at, I've got maximum information about, let's say Shanti is one such person. Yeah, Shanti came before Sri Devi's family. Okay. So Shanti came before, so Shanti cannot be last. This can't be Shanti. And Shanti could be this, could be this, could be this. Sri Devi can't be first because Shanti came, Shanti attended the ceremony before Sri Devi. So all I know is Shanti cannot be the last one because she arrived before someone, right? Okay. Then it says, look at this one. Joya came before Shanti. So Joya came before Shanti. So Shanti can't be here now because Joya came arrived at the ceremony before Shanti, right? So Zoya before Shanti. So that means Shanti cannot be a number one. We already know Shanti cannot be a number last. And then it says, and met Anita when she reached the venue. And she met Anita when she reached the venue. So which means Anita was already there, right? So Joya cannot be first. So basically this is Anita. Joya would met Anita when she reached there. She came before Shanti, and we know Shanti arrived before Shri Devi. So this is the order of the wives that we get. I hope this part is clear, right? This much is clear. It's all about organizing information, guys. So first I focus on Shanti. It says Shanti arrived before Shri Devi, so which means Shanti cannot be here, number last. Then it says Joya arrived before Shanti, so Shanti cannot be number one. So for Shanti, only two positions left, this or this. But then I figure out the relationship between Zoya and Anita. Zoya came before Shanti, right? So Zoya cannot be here. Zoya could be here, but Shanti is not here, so Zoya can't be here. So Zoya could be here at number two or number one. But when Zoya arrived at the ceremony, Anita was already there, which means Zoya can't be number one. So Anita is number one, Zoya is number two, Shanti is number three, and Shri Devi is number four. So this is what the order of wives are: Anita, Zoya, Shanti, and Shri Devi, right? Now, which one will we use information? Okay. Sunil and his wife reached last with their only kid. Sunil and his wife reached last. So last is this Sri Devi. So Sunil with their only kid. So I just put one here. So we have used this information. Okay. Then which information will you use? Think about it. Which information will you use? Shanti, who does not have any kids, reached before Shri Devi's family. Zero kids. Right? Zero kids. And it says the family with two kids came just before the family with no kids. So family with two kids with no kids. Okay, before no kids. So before no kids is zero. This, so this is two kids. This one is two kids, and there's only one family with no kid, right? It has been given to us. Okay, so this is also what we've used. Then it says Anil and Raj are fathers. How will you use this information? Anil and Raj are fathers. Anil and Raj are fathers, and we know Shanti has got zero kid, right? So which means Anil and Raj cannot come here. Anil or Raj cannot be married to Shanti because they are fathers. This place is taken by Sunil. So basically, Anil and Raj will go here, Anita or Zoya. Please understand this. Understand the importance of every Q, the relevance of every Q. This Q says that Anita and Raj are fathers, and we know that Shanti has zero kids. So which means Anil and Raj, if they were married to Shanti, they can't be fathers. So Anil and Raj would either go here, Anita or Zoya, because Sri Devi and Sunil are already a married couple. So Anil and Raj will go either Anita or Zoya. Yeah. Now look at the information. It says Anil is not the husband of Zoya. Anil is not the husband of Zoya, which means Anil would be here, Raj would be here, Sunil is here. So this is last, which is Raman, I guess. Last was Raman, right? The last person was Raman. Yes, Raman. Okay. Then it says Shri Devi's and Anita's daughters go to the same school. Goes to Shri Devi's and Anita's. This is Anita. So one plus, I don't know, one minimum kid is there. This is a daughter, and this one, Shri Devi's kid, is also a daughter. Goes to the same school. Okay, so one, you could have Anita plus Anil could have more than one kids, that we don't know, but one is definitely daughter, and Shri Devi had only one kid. From this information, we know that it's a daughter. Then it says, Raj said his son could not come because of his exam. Could not come because of his exam. Could not come because of his exam. So one is son plus one more kid is there. Could not come because of exams. And what is the information which says? Family to kids. One family has no kids, but the others have at least one kid. Each family with kids has at least one kid attending the marriage. Okay. Okay. So one son could not come. There is one more person. We don't know whether it's daughter or kid. But this is broadly how the table will look like once we solve it. Right? So Anita, Zoya, Shanti, Sridevi, that's the order. That's the husbands. Zero kid, one child, which is daughter, two kids. One is son, the other one which came attended for the ceremony. We don't know. One, there could be more kids. We don't know, but one is daughter for sure. On the basis of this now, we have to answer the questions. On the basis of this now, we have to answer the questions. So let's go for question number one. Which woman arrived third? So which woman arrived third, guys? Yeah, first it is A, which is Shanti. First it is A, which is Shanti. Let's come to question number two. Name the correct pair of husband and wife. Raj and Shanti, no. Sunil and Sridevi, yes. Yeah. Do not look at other option choices, guys. People have a tendency to check all the option choices. If you get the correct answer, stop there. Number three. Of the following pairs, whose daughter go to the same school? So we know this is daughter and we know this is daughter. It said went to the same school. So it's Anil plus Sunil. Anil plus Sunil, which is choice number C. Choice number C would be the correct answer. Now let's go to question number 4. Whose family is known to have more than one kid for certain? It's Zoya and Raj. Raj. Right? So fourth it is B. Fourth it is B. Alright. Try to solve this question, guys. I give you 5 minutes to solve this question. Yeah, just 5 minutes to solve this question. Give the answer for question number 5, then I show you the other questions also. Two more minutes, then I start solving the question. Those who have solved question number 5 can try. Okay, given the answer. So just if you are able to solve question number 5, basically you've been able to solve, you will be able to solve all the questions that follow. One more minute and then I'll start discussing the questions. Okay, so let's start solving the question now. Both B and C occupy offices to the right, right? So when you enter here, this direction you enter, right? This is your right. This is right and this is left. When you enter the corridor this way. So this is right, this is the left. Yeah. Okay. Now it says both B and C occupy positions to the right. So your B and C will come to the right. Okay. B and C occupy offices to the right of the corridor, and A occupies an office to the left. So A goes up. So I'm just right now figuring out who goes up, who comes down, right? So A goes upside. A occupies an office to the left of the corner. E and F occupy offices on the opposite side of the corridor, but their offices do not face each other. So if E comes here, F will go there. So right now we don't know that. The offices of C and D face each other. So D will come here. Okay. E does not have a corner office. All right, fine. E does not have a corner office. F's office is further down the corridor than A's, but on the same side. So which means F and A are on the same side. So F will come here, E will come here. So right now we are able to segregate people who will be on the right side of the corridor and people who will be on the left side on the corridor. So this is what it is. Broadly, this is how it looks like. Right. So now let's try to figure out. Uh, who will be sitting where. Right. Let's try to figure out that. So it says E does not have a corner office. E does not have a corner office. So E has to be in center. E has to be in center. This is right. So this could be C slash B, C slash B. Now something is linked with E. What is linked with E? E and F occupies office on the opposite side of the corridor, but their office do not face each other, which means this position can't be F. So F could be here or here. F could be at this position or this position, right? If I keep C here, D would be here. If I keep C here, D would be here, right? So let's say if I keep C here, if C is here, let's say if C is here, D would be here, and then B would be here. So which means this would be A. This would be A because F is further down than A, right? This is how it will look like. If this is my scenario 1, scenario 2 could be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Scenario 2 could be that instead of putting C here, I put C here. So this would be D, and this would be B. This would again be A. This would be F, and this would be E. Right? So there are two scenarios. Does it violate any condition? No. F's office is further down the corridor than A's, but on the same side. Okay, that's fair enough. Is further down the corridor. Okay, the plan shows both B and C occupy the same to the right of the corner. Okay, A occupies an office to the left of the corridor. E and F occupies do not face each other. The office of C and D face each other. All right. E does not have a corner office. All right, will be in center. F's office is further down the corridor than A's, but same side. Okay. So there are two possibilities, guys. Right. So this is possibility number 1, and the possibility number 2 is that this is not B, this is C. So this is B. So if this is C, this would be D. This in that case will be C faces. Okay, C faces D. E would face. So basically, the second possibility actually is not possible, because if I have C here, my D will go there, right? If I keep C here, your D will come here. E is already here. You can't have F here. So F will go here, which means A will be here. And this violates the condition that A is to be further down, right? So basically this one which I got, how come did I got this? Because F was here. Now this one is out. This position out. Only this is correct, right? So only this is correct, which is C has to be extreme left. C can't be on extreme right, because if C is on extreme right, then A will be further down the corridor than F, which is not allowed, right? So there's only one situation possible, guys. There's only one situation. So this is what the situation is. C has to be on the extreme left, right? Now from this we have to answer the question. If E sits in his office and faces the corridor, so E is facing the corridor, whose office is to his left? He's facing this side, so this is his left, so it would be C. The answer is C, because he's facing upwards. Let's come to the next question. Whose office faces A's office? That is E. So this is option number D. Who is our F's neighbors? It's only A. F's neighbors, F has only one neighbor, which is A. And then look at this. Give me the answer for this, okay, guys. Give me the answer for this. D was heard someone to go further down the corridor to the last office on the right. Whose office is the last office, guys? It is B's. So he was referring to B. So this is the answer for number 8. Yeah. Okay. Now this is the input output question. Solve this, and just take the snap of this. Those who are watching it live, this is what the question is. Question number 9. You can just take the snap of question number 9, and then I'll take you back to the previous slide. Just take a snap of question number 9, guys, or note it down if you can note it down. Right? This is what question number 9 is. This is question number 9 is. and we go to question number 8. Sorry, question number 9. And this is the basic structure. I have already done couple of sessions on input output, so go and watch them. But try to crack the logic here. I give you 5 minutes to crack the logic. I've told you, whenever it's an input output question, the first thing that you should do is whether the last step in the given structure is categorically mentioned as the last step or not. So for instance, in this case, it is mentioned that step 5 is the last step. If it was not mentioned that step 5 is not the last step, then our approach changes. Then it's a circular logic. But when a given step is the last step, that basically means that it was the objective of the machine to finally reach there. And in such cases, you start with the final step. You don't look from input to step 1. That will be wasted of time. You just try to focus or channelize your energy on step 5 and see that why is this the final step, and make the comparison between the first word and the last word, that why do you think is art as a word features first and interested features last. So try to get the logic, try to crack the logic, guys. 2 more minutes, then I start discussing the question. Yeah, 2 more minutes. I'm sure most of you would be able to crack the order. If you crack the logic, answer the question number 9. Okay, let's go. So this is the input, guys, and this is the final step. Now, as I said, when a given step, it is given that the particular step is the final step, you concentrate on the last step. And देखो कि why is art the first word and interested is last, right? So the logic applied here is, for every word, look at the last alphabet. Look at the last alphabet, right? So what is the last letter alphabet of art? It is T. What is the last alphabet of was? It was S. What is the last alphabet of in? It was N. What is the last alphabet of film? It was M. What is the last alphabet of doing? It was G. And now, can you see some pattern here? Can you see some logic here, guys? Can you identify, can you crack some logic here? Can you see some logic here? Yes, the logic is the last alphabet of the step 5 follows a descending order. So in the alphabetical series. So T comes last, then S, then N, then M, then G, then E, then D. So once you've cracked this, so this was the goal of the machine. The machine finally wanted to arrange words in such a fashion that the first word, the last alphabet, is the last that comes in the alphabetical series as compared to other words. Now, once you crack this logic, then check how the machine is making the changes. So let's say from input to step 1, how did it make the change, right? So I know this word art has to come the first, has to become the first word. But let me see what has the machine done. So what has the machine done? It has got art here. It has got art and rest as it is. She was she was interested in doing film. So basically what it is doing, the machine, it is making one change at a time. So the thing which has to come first, it came first, rest of them follow the same order as they were. So once I've got, let's say, input, I have to get art. After art, what should come after the word art? If T has come, the next should be was, right? Because S should come. So my next word that has to come after art is was. So what will happen now? In step 2, you'll have art, then you'll have was, and then she interested in doing film. This will happen in the next one. Alright? तो ये हो गया. अब art हो गया है. You've got art, you've got this, and you've got was. What should come next? T is done, S is done. In the alphabet, which were words, which one is next? As in descending order. It cannot be E, it cannot be D, cannot be G, it will be N. Right? So now after art and was, in should come next. So after art and was, in should come next. So yes, in came next. Right? And now from step 3 to step 4, after N, what should come? M. So after in, you should get film. Right? So step 3 to step 4, this is what will happen. So step 4, you will get film. And after M, what should come? Should it be E, D or G? What comes late in alphabetical series? Is it D, E or G? What comes late of the three? G सबसे बाद में आता है. So G will come after M. So G came after M. So we've got the order. We've got T, we've got N, we've got M, we've got G. And then between D and E, E should come, E comes late. So she is already in its place. So now we don't want to make, now we don't have to make any other change. So basically for this input, it took us 5 steps. For this input, it took us 5 steps to come here. Yeah, it took us 5 steps. You don't have to solve it this way. You have to just observe it, because the questions that will come, you have to apply this logic there. यहाँ पे ऐसे solve नहीं करना है. यहाँ पे बस आपको logic पकड़ना है और देखना है कि input to step what changes are being made. Here in this case only one change is being made per case. Yeah, ठीक है. Alright, so now let me go to question. Okay, give me the answer for this, guys. Which of the following will be the last step for the input given below? ये तो सिंपल हो जाएगा guys. Last step में आपको पता है, आपको order लाना है. You have to get the order in the last step, in which descending order. The last alphabet should be descending order. तो यहाँ पे he है, is है, going है, out है, to, search, are. So which one is the last alphabet, guys? Which one is the last alphabet here? T, right? तो आंसर विल स्टार्ट विथ आउट. सीधा ऑप्शंस को देख लो उसमें. Just check this. Is this making sense? E comes first. A, B, C, D, E, G. This here it gets wrong. Here it gets wrong. This search should be here, G should be here, but this is fine. O is fine, R is fine, S is fine. These are following descending order. Only this is not correct. G comes before H, so this is out. Look at this one. E, G, H, O, R, S. This one is correct. This one is correct. Last step was simpler to calculate here. You don't have to go step by step because they're asking for the final step. The final step would be this one, in which they are ordered in a manner in which the last alphabet of the words is following descending pattern, right? So this would it be T, S, R, O, H, G, N, E, which is option number B. Okay, this one. Question number 10. Solve this, guys. Now you know what is to be done. Step 2 is this. T is in place, S is placed, they are following the order. So not and S are following the order, but after that, the and casino, that is not following the order. So what should happen? What should happen in the next step? You have to keep on solving it till the time you get this. Not is casino, action, legal, the consideration. You have to keep on doing this till the time you reach there. बताइए आंसर क्या होगा? So next casino will come after O. T has come, S has come, O has come. Between E, G, L, and N, what should come? N should come. So action will come here, and we have to get not in casino action. After that, legal has to come. So this will come here, and step 5 will get the answer, right? So 10th, it took us 5 steps. So therefore, the answer is D. Answer is D. Okay, last question in this set. You should be able to solve it. How many steps will be required to get the final output from the following input? Yeah. Step 1, I've done it for you. How many steps will be required to get the final output from the following input? Father needs to check on the boy. So first is this, second would be this. What would be third? Oh, sorry, first would be this. First would be this would be second, this would be third. So basically, first figure out the order, how they should come, and then you should solve all the steps. Yeah, बताओ. So first we need to get Y, so that has already been come. After that S, what will come after S? Will be father, right? So first to S को ले boy के बाद needs will come, and then father is already in the place R, so I need to worry about that. But between O, K, N and E, N should come. So N after father, it is 2 was already in the place, which is O, and then you have on, check, D. So basically in step 3, all of these are achieved. The target has been achieved. We had to come to the final step, which is Y, S, R, O. This is Y. Should come first. The last alphabet is Y. ये पहले आना चाहिए था, उसके बाद S, उसके बाद R, O, N, K, E. So this we are able to achieve in 3 steps, which is not in the choice. So the answer is E. The correct answer is E. Yeah. Okay. The last set for today, guys, which is again an input and an output set. There are total 5 batches. So first look at first batch and second batch. Make a note of it. Then I'll show you third batch, fourth batch, and fifth batch. Try to crack the logic between first batch and second batch. Then I'll show you third batch, fourth batch, fifth batch. All right, this is the first batch, second batch. Now this is the third, fourth, and fifth batch. Try to crack the logic. Once you crack the logic, then questions becomes easy, guys. So it's all about cracking the logic. Let me get the first batch here. It's not ready cloth. Your first batch, which is at 9. It mentioned it's not ready cloth. Is not ready cloth. It's not ready cloth. Simple harmony buying. So S is simple harmony and buying. Second batch. Second batch was ready not is cloth. Ready R. Basically R is ready. Not is cloth. Ready not is cloth. Burning harmony simple. Burning harmony simple. Harmony simple. So now you can compare. So sorry for the bad handwriting, but now you can compare on one slide. That this is from first batch, this becomes your second batch, and from second batch this becomes a third batch, so this becomes fourth batch, and then this becomes fifth batch. Yeah. So try to get the logic. Try to get the logic. What is the logic? One more minute, then I start with the logic. I'm sure you would have cracked the logic by now. Okay, these are the questions that follow. Question will be simple, but let's look at between the first batch and the second batch. Logic is second batch is first three and the last three words are rearranged. The first three was is not ready, is not ready. That became ready not is, and cloth remains same. Cloth remains same, and then simple harmony burning swamped, burning harmony simple. So the logic followed in the second batch is first three and the last three words are rearranged in reverse order. So that is from first to second. First three, last three, reverse, center remains same. Now second batch to third batch, first four and the last three are rearranged. So ready not is cloth. So these four are rearranged, which is cloth is not ready, and then these three are rearranged, which is simple harmony buying. Okay, so this was simple logic. Let's say third to fourth, first three and last three same. First three and last three ready remains the same. So not is cloth and burning harmony simple. So it was, what was the order? First to second it was first three, last three reversed, center remains same. Second to third it was first four, last three reverse. Then fourth batch is back to the first logic, which is first three, last three change and center remains the same. And fifth batch, again your first four and last three in reverse order. So it's just two logic, it gets reversed. So one logic gets completed in two steps and then they repeat the order. So what is the logic? The logic is this: first three and last three. Third batch, first four and last three, and then it, so here the logic gets completed, then they repeat it, which is first three and last three and first four and last three. So that's it. So logic gets complete in two steps, two batches, and then they repeat, and then they repeat the logic. After that they repeat the logic, right? So give the answer for question 12 then. If the password for 11 a.m. to 12 noon was, so 11 a.m. to 12 noon is what batch? What was the password for the first batch? So 11 to logic followed in third batch. So this is third. 11 to 12 is third. So you have to go to second and then you have to go to first. So give me the answers, guys. You have to go backwards. You have to work backwards here. The question is not tough. So basically this is batch 3. The password given to us 11 to 12 is batch 3. So basically from this you have to go to batch 2. So whatever batch 2 was, batch 2 to 3 became first 4 and last 3. Right? This is what happens in batch 3. So whatever was in batch 2, you pick the first 4 and this next 3 and put them reverse order. So basically if this is first 4 and, it would have been, batch 2 would have been and 4 first is, right? We get the reverse of this. Second batch will be, okay, so this was the batch, right? Soap, shy, miss, pen. So which means whatever batch 2 was, first 4 have been reversed. So batch 2 would have been pen, miss, shy, soap. Because batch 2 ka, whatever batch 2 was, that would have got reversed and become this: soapy, shy, miss, pen. So if I were to go to batch 2, I would reverse this to come to batch 2. So which would be pen, miss, shy, soap. So yeah, aa gaya. And yet the she will become she, the, yet. So this is how I get batch 2, right? Now batch 2 to batch 1, what is the logic? Or let's say batch 1 to batch 2. How do you get batch 2? It is 3, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Sorry, 3 and 3, and center remains the same. So 3 and 3, which means this center would remain the same and these three will get reversed. This is how you'll get batch 1. This is how you get batch 1. So what is batch 1? Huh? What will be batch 1 then? These three reverse. Chai, miss, pen, soap remains same, and yet the she. So this is what the answer. This is what the answer. So chai, miss, pen, soap, yet the she. Because none of this is there is an option, guys. Because this is one of the choice, option choice. Therefore, we would like to complete it. Otherwise, you could have just used soap, because this would remain the same. Yeah. So 12th the answer is A. Last question of the day. Try this. Second batch. So from 6th to 5th, 5th to 4th, 4th to 3rd, and 3rd to 2nd. So from 6th, you'll figure out the what was the 5th batch, because whatever 5th batch was, some logic would have applied to come to the 6th batch. So what was that logic? Try to figure out that. Yeah. Okay. This I have. All right. 1 second. Okay. I'm sure you'll be able to do this. Here, none of this is not the option, right? So first to second was 3, 3, same. Second to third was what? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3 reverse order. Third to fourth was again 1, 2, 3, same. 1, 2, 3. Fourth to fifth was what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and fifth to sixth. Fifth to sixth would be what? 1, 2, 3, same, and 1, 2, 3. So if this is sixth, so what would have been fifth? It would become, from sixth to fifth would be 3, this same, and 3, right? So fifth would have been cut, trap, cut, trap, R. He would have remained same, and then lap, say, but. So likewise, you have to move backwards. When you move backwards, you get the answer. The answer would be P. But this is how you go backwards. It's simple, right? This is how you go backwards. So with that, I end my today's session. Right? It's a mix of questions, and I'm doing mix of questions, guys. Here on YouTube, I'm solving easy questions. The slightly advanced level questions are on the platform of Unacademy in the form of special class. Download the app and search for me by typing Abhishek Anand. You'll see my special classes. Go and do those classes. Right? There are advanced level questions there, and definitely explore Unacademy channel and subscribe using my code, which is Anand11. Anand11, if you use my code, it's a validation that what I'm doing here is being liked by you. So please do that. And with that, I end my session. And yeah, enjoy the session. And guys, please go for 1 year subscription. This exam requires that much of